And this is where you as a content creator needs to understand your audience. Why is your audience coming to your blog? Why they're following you on social media? The content that you're sending your email marketing campaigns, does it resonate with them? Are they reading your emails or are they unsubscribing? And let's say, for example, a very far-fetched example, you sell bespoke pools. Who is your audience? Is it going to be a single person who has never bought their own property? They probably aren't thinking about installing a swimming pool. If it is a more mature couple and they don't have family, why are they going to install a pool if they're not going to be entertaining? Maybe they want to install a pool for themselves. Maybe they want to install a pool just to keep fit. Maybe they want to install a pool for entertainment reasons because they have lots of friends over the weekend. You want to make sure that your content is targeted. Now, those are very extreme examples, but let's look at your audience. How extreme is your audience? And how do you target your content to make it relevant? And another thing, when you're targeting your personas, you also ask yourself not only what content do they want from me, but where are they going to be consuming that content? I'm going to be dealing with different content types and the different content channels later, but it's time to get your head around where is my audience spending their time and how are they going to be most receptive to what I have to say to them. When it comes to creating your audience personas, I love this. I think it is so much fun because it gives you an opportunity to be creative. Now you might ask yourself, I've got so many customers and they're all so different and no two customers are alike. So how do I create a persona for them? I should just clarify, your audience persona is not representative of every single customer, but it's a generic overview. It's almost like building a profile. Now, where do you get that information? Where do I get that information, Edward? You might ask. Well, I'll tell you. You're going to gather data. Look at your customer relationship database. Look at your email subscriber list. Look at the people who are following you on social media. Look at the people who are coming to your website. All of those platforms give you an idea about gender, location, and age. Some of them will give you an idea about their affinity interest. Some of them will give you an idea of their location and their income. You're going to take all that information, look at the broadest common denominator, the lowest common denominator, and you'll get an idea. Let's say, for example, most of your customers are female. You know, your first persona is going to be a woman. Where does she live? Where does she spend her time? Where does she work? Does she have money? Is it her husband's money? Does she save money? Does she spend money? All of those demographics are going to come into play into creating a persona. I also think it's important to look at your offline insights. It's not just the people who are connecting with your websites and your socials and your blog or your digital platforms. It is the customers who come into your store. And you know your customers. Look at your customers. Who comes in? Who asks questions? Who buys? Do they come in a second or a third time? If you're selling a high value item and it's a couple, maybe they want their partner to approve the purchase. Maybe the partner pays for the purchase. Your persona is going to shift slightly. You don't want to alienate the person making the decision, but you also don't want to alienate the person who is making the purchase. When it comes to your audience personas, look at patterns. I only have 3 audience personas. I've got one for women, one for men, and one for a very specific niche who accounts for 30% of my target followers. All of them are important, but I speak to each of them differently. I'll elaborate later what the women are looking for and what the men are looking for, because ironically enough, they're all looking for the same thing, but with different motivations. The big thing that I look for are patterns. My blog averages about 10,000 hits a month. That's about 120,000 hits a year. I look at the averages and I can see predominantly female, upmarket, aspirational. My demographics don't break down by race, but I can get an idea when I look at who follows me online and who engages with specific content.